Trends in financing in different markets, in the industry, trends everywhere. Why aren't we talking about trends in construction? That's today's topic for The Den.
The Den, powered by the Lyons Group, a show dedicated to exploring hot topics in real estate, local happenings, and industry trends. We're a small team of professionals approaching $400 million in sales and nearly 2,000 local transactions. You're listening to time-tested experts and industry leaders. Here's a refreshing look at real estate happenings and more. Welcome to The Den.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to this episode of The Den. And today we're going to be talking about construction trends. What's the good, bad, and the ugly? But before I get to that, let me introduce my friends, my partners, my co-hosts, the fellow members of the Lyons Group. To my left, Paul, hand me the Rockberry, Melissa, let's go, Glasgow, Aspen, the Ninja, Groen, and the boss, Shannon Martin Martinez. My name is Ben Lyons, and I am your host of The Den, top brokers taking on tough questions. So the question today is shag carpet really back in the mix. And I think the question really was, did it ever leave? What are some of the things that you all have seen in the construction trend arena lately that you absolutely love, or you're going, oh, like I've been talking to some clients. I'm like, yeah, they're like, oh, look at all these gold fixtures, right? The stuff in the 90s. I'm like, it's coming back. It's back. Not coming. It's back. Like we just had a new build with my in-laws, beautiful custom home. It's not called gold anymore. It's champagne bronze.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yes.
And actually, surprisingly, it looks amazing. It's white, black, and champagne bronze like pops.
That sounds really nice.
Gorgeous combo. But is that a fad? That's the talking point today.
I don't think copper ever really went out of style either, in certain homes. So I think it's the coming back, but nicer is what seems to be.
Yeah. What about the carpet component? I've seen some shag lately.
You have?
Yeah. And rugs.
Well, yeah, that's true. And rugs. I mean, it does feel good on your feet. I mean,
it gets a little matted though if you got.
You just got to go get the rake.
Turns into dreadlocks.
Just got to go get the rake and rake it, right? That's what we used to do.
Yeah. Well, I love the construction trend of just the open floor plan. I remember when that happened. Mm-hmm. That was like early 2000s, wasn't it,
And everything
Shannon?
had a great room.
Yeah.
Great room.
Yeah. So talk to us about what you've seen over the years. I mean, I loved when we started going to open floor plans where you have the open kitchen, living, dining, because people spend 90% of their time there. Aspen's shaking her head. No.
I hate open floor plans.
See, so this is what we're talking about. Is that going to stay? Is that going to go?
I bet it'll stay. I think most people like it, but I love walking through a door into your kitchen. I just like it to be really curated, homey spaces. And I just feel like sometimes if it's just one big room, it's just it's hard to have an intimate feeling or with people if it's just, you can see someone over there and they're talking and you're here. But I like the old colonial style houses or Spanish modern where everything's pretty separated.
Very compartmentalized.
Yeah, that's just more my style. But I do think that will stay. I think most people like that.
I've seen though on some different decorating forums and whatnot that people are sick of the open floor plan. Wow. And they want walls and they want separation. I think that's interesting.
Well, I've seen with the open floor plans, and then you have fake walls or short wall, not even pony walls, but walls that go up to 8 feet, and you have 12-foot ceilings, and you have fake, not fake, I guess, but just walls that are very short. They don't actually separate the room. They're just kind of to break up the huge open floor space.
So there's still an open air feeling, but there's some separation there. Interesting. Yeah. Shannon, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, I love a mid-century modern. That's just my favorite. And so you think back on the Brady Bunch, and the rooms are separated. I don't necessarily like when you walk in and everything is completely open. I don't like bedroom doors being open to the living room. I do like them set off. I like that privacy. I like the kitchen being maybe somewhat closer accessible with the living areas because I think that, but I'm with you. I like having a little bit of separate spaces. I don't like boxy compartmentalized. I don't like that at all. That's just my personal feel. I just feel like you're kind of getting claustrophobic and each room is its own whole world. But I do like a little bit of separation there. I don't like everything just being completely open in one big room.
Do you like conversation dens since you like mid-century modern where you step down into the living room? And
yes.
I do too.
Everything's not just straight lines and straight, one floor, and it feels really neat. I like kind of the open staircases, even if it's just a few staircases to get to here and get to there. I don't know, just appealing aesthetically. I love the way they look.
Yeah, there was one over on Fairway.
That's my favorite
gorgeous.
house.
And it is very much Frank Lloyd Wright. Like it just had those really cool angles and the little step downs. And then the
windows, all one wall's just all windows.
Tons of windows, yes. And it wasn't just square windows. I mean, the roof peaked here, so the window panes got smaller as they came down. Just really architecturally pleasing.
Yeah, and I remember when my buyers were like looking under the flooring that was in there, and they're like, "What is this?" And I was looking at like, I don't know, it's some type of a concrete flooring. And the owner, we were just getting ready to close, and he goes, "That's terrazzo." And I'm like, "What is terrazzo?" I had no idea what terrazzo was. And he goes, "You see the floors in airports?" And I went, "Yeah." And he goes, "They put like concrete where they mix like different types of stones,
pebbles.
Pebbles and stones. And when they polish it, it like brings those stones out. It's like $150 a square foot type of flooring, and was in this home that was built in the 50s or 60s. Incredible. But I love that too, bringing back, keeping some of those original components, but then adding some flair to it. So what do you think about colors? Now, there's been a lot of grayish, like a gray and a white, a beige. We call it grayish. A lot of whites, a lot of kind of cold colors. Do you think those are here to stay, or are those moving away?
They'll probably be like the red accent walls that everybody had.
Yeah.
I had one in my house.
Is that in the 90s?
I had one.
That was
2000s.
2000s.
Oh my gosh. So it was
Late 2006, 7, 8, 9, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
I missed that
I had
trend.
one.
I think like white cabinets and white walls, or like off-white, like an eggshell, I think that will always stay, but I think people are moving away from just the gray and the white. People want more. One thing I would love to get away from is everything looks the same. Everything is builder grade and sellability, and no one wants to do anything funky in their house. And I would love to see more of that. And I think it's coming back, especially with Gen Z. I think they want, and I feel like Gen Z appreciates like art and craftsmanship a lot more than we've seen recently. So I think that's going to come back a lot.
agree.
Like woodwork and weird tile work, and I'm excited to have
That's because
something
Gen
different.
Z wore like helmets. Like Gen X, we didn't wear helmets. So, that's why
They're all artistic.
Yeah.
I'm excited to.
I like to see the maximalist, approach to decorating and to living in your home. It's really fun, and it's your home. I think you should have fun with it. It doesn't have to be, sterile all the time. Yeah. Have fun with it. But I do see a lot of like earth tones being more popular, like, like the hunter greens and the dark blues are so pretty, and I think it's much more warm than the grayish,
Yep.
The grade serves its purpose, and it's great, and I think it'll be around for a long time.
That's
but
just been a trend I've never liked. Is gray. When you walk in and everything's a tone of gray, I just don't like. I'm a brown person. Everything in my house is a tone of brown, or earth colors in some sort. Sage or something. It's all earthy colors, and I don't know what my aversion to gray is, but I've just never found it very attractive.
It's just not as warm.
Yeah.
It's not as cozy and comfortable. It's a little more formal for sure. What are your thoughts on mixed metals? I've been seeing a lot of that lately, where you have, black, you're popping black fixtures with maybe a copper or some other things like that. And then that kind of speaks to like furniture too. We used to go, like when we buy furniture, it would be the bed would match the armoire, to match the nightstands. Now it's kind of like,
I don't think people do that anymore.
Yeah, I'm dating myself, aren't I?
Do people do like living room sets and bedroom sets? Yeah. I don't really see that anymore. Hardly ever.
I don't know.
Yeah, so now it's like specific pieces. Mm-hmm. I've got this really cool piece, and it's got a story behind it, type of thing.
Thrifted,
repurposed. Mm-hmm. Yep. I painted a piano. I know that's faux pas, but I painted a piano.
It's pretty though.
It's pretty. It turned out pretty.
It's a piece of art.
That's right. I am the artiste.
That's right.
Shut up, Paul.
You're something.
Just don't even start.
You're something.
This always goes south.
Well, when you painted that round table, I was going to kill you.
But it turned out nice.
It was a massive round table. We were going to put it in the office somewhere. If we ever got an office big enough, this would have been good for it.
Well, actually, we would have been squished against the wall.
But it's this great piece of art, woodworking art, and he chalk painted the whole thing.
Well, it had kind of these like ornate little things there that's now kind of in style. But then I was like, Just kind of looks like, I don't know, just too ornate for me. And I painted it and we gifted it to my wife's cousin for buying a home. And they have used the heck out of it. It's so big. It has, the thing in the middle you spin so you can get the salt and pepper.
Lazy Susan.
Yeah, it's got like a Lazy Susan in the middle of it.
Wow.
So what about like Berber carpet and whatnot?
Oh.
So, I think that's coming back.
It might be, but we had a puppy. And we just put in brand new Berber carpet. It grabbed one spot and ripped it. Ooh. So we had a line all the way down the house. So I would say Berber's a no for me.
Yeah.
Shag's a no for me.
Yeah. I love the like waffle print carpet, where it's like really tight, but it's still a little squishy because some of it's raised a little bit. I'm not a big carpet person, but
I'm with you. I don't like carpet in the house. But you know what I also noticed in some of the higher end places, you guys have probably noticed this, is when they put carpet in there with, they look like a hotel carpet that's got full blown, pattern on it. Mm-hmm. That is so pretty. It's so unique. It's so different. And I always love seeing that. It doesn't matter what it is.
That's wild.
I really like it.
You know what's just as wild is wallpaper.
I was about to say, do you guys like wallpaper?
Wallpapers.
I love wallpaper.
I was just looking at wallpaper online a couple of days ago. It was all black and it had the most pretty birds on it. And I kept thinking, what would I ever do with that? And I thought, I don't care. I just want it.
I just want it.
Wallpaper's back.
It is.
And it's super expensive.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, why?
I feel like they're getting a lot, like I said, I think artists are like putting in a lot more. It's not just like you're getting it from a big old,
big box store. It's not just
it's
a bunch
like
of stamped
curated
stuff. Yeah. So a lot of it is hand drawn and designed, and they're putting really nice things on it. It's like fabric these days when you buy it. You could buy it with paintings on them.
Yeah.
So this is our version of the Renaissance period. Gen Z's Renaissance.
Meaning?
I'm not saying I don't like it. I kind of like the mixing this stuff up, the different metals, the thing. But then you get too eclectic, right? You got to be real careful.
Yeah, but if it's your house, enjoy it.
That's true. I'm just more of a monochromatic person. Like I do all the walls the same color, and then we pop colors when we want.
Well, that way you can change for the seasons or,
But if you got birds and black, you're like kind of stuck with that.
Right.
Do it, Shannon.
Do it. Nick,
Don't
you
listen
are
to him.
not watching this.
I'm going to show you that one.
Yeah, if you are watching this is not my fault, Nick. I'm telling you.
Right. He's going to go, what? Actually, a funny story about that. So we live in his grandmother's house now. We renovated it. It's just an old farmhouse. And one of the items we kept is in the master bedroom, there is black wallpaper with a floral print of pink and blue down it. And everybody that walked in when we were doing it kept saying, ooh, we're going to take that off. And we said, we're not. She loved it. His grandmother, Mary, loved that wallpaper. And we said, we're going to make it work.
Yeah.
So we just kept it on the wall. I literally have black wallpaper in my master bedroom. And I just bought a comforter that was, like a baby blue that kind of offset it and matched it. And we rolled with it. I love it.
Oh, I love that. I love the stories behind these things.
My grandfather was actually a paper hanger. He did wallpaper. That was his career.
Both arms?
What do you mean?
Well, it's like, busier than a one-arm paper hanger.
Oh.
You never hear about paper hangers unless they have, one arm.
Yeah.
I've never heard
I've never me and Melissa looked at each other.
we are just way too old for you guys.
Yeah, so
I apologize.
So I used to have to go with them, and I can't even smell the paste smell for hanging wallpaper anymore. So I'm not on the wallpaper trend coming back.
Well, it's one of those things. You either love it or you hate it, right? But I've seen it done really. The house we had on Villaview, and this was 6 years ago, and she went in and put wallpaper in the laundry room, and at first I was like, what are you doing? And then when she was done, I was like, I love it. It's really, it's a form of expression. It was awesome.
Yeah, I've seen the wallpaper trim coming back too. I don't love that, but I have seen that coming back.
Are they country geese?
No,
or
they're not. The ribbon.
They're not.
Yeah. That's one thing that I haven't seen come back is the very curated for one type of style house. My grandma always loved apples and chilies, and her house is still apples and chilies, even the fans hanging, the little pole things. And it's very her, but I haven't seen kind of the bedroom sets, people doing everything in one. It's more each room is its own thing.
Back to the eclectic thing. It's a little eclectic for me, but to each their own, right? So what about trims and whatnot? So white baseboards, or, that's been kind of the thing. We're starting to see the higher baseboards, the block baseboards, the shaker style cabinets.
You know what I've been seeing too is people painting their interior doors black. Have you seen that?
Yeah, I like
that. Looks really cool.
Yeah, especially if you have maybe, we were just talking about this, maybe a earth toned exterior, and then you have grays on the inside, grays and whites, and inside of your door is black.
Yeah.
Inside of your windows.
Black with gold or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's
champagne bronze.
Champagne bronze. Yes.
I used to walk around homes and go, this is not pink, it's salmon. Salmon.
Is that better?
Yeah.
What about the gold flake mirrors? The wall of mirrors? Do you think that'll come back?
Ooh.
I've seen actually a DIY thing, like it's like a dollar store DIY. Basically, people get this big, huge piece of plywood, and then they trim, and they get dollar store, those little square mirrors, and put it in between, but they paint it so it's like a black, huge, mirror, wall of mirrors, but it's, they can move it.
It's portable.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So it's not the whole wall. It's just a really big DIY mirror. So that was going around on TikTok for a while.
Yeah.
So let's talk about this area in particular, Southwestern style. Does it behoove you to stick in the Southwestern vein, or can you venture out, do like a Craftsman or a bungalow?
I would like to see more Southwestern style architecture in San Juan County. I don't think there's too much of it. I would love to see it. I think it's beautiful.
Interesting perspective, because a lot of people that are local here are like, I don't want a Southwestern style home. I want something different.
Yeah.
But you want more.
I want more. We have a lot of Tuscan.
Yeah. Tuscan and Mediterranean.
Yeah, which is beautiful, but I want to see some Vigas and some.
You know what we don't have that's weird that we don't have? Spanish contemporary.
Yeah.
New Mexico has a huge Spanish influence, and there's no Spanish architecture here, really.
Yeah, you see that more in
weird.
Santa Fe.
Yeah, in Santa Fe, it's very
Albuquerque.
popular.
Yeah.
But nothing here, I feel like, because that's my favorite style, with courtyards and kind of enclosed. And I don't know if I've ever seen a house that is actually Spanish contemporary here.
I think there's a buyer for every style of home. I don't think it really matters, but I obviously like the mid-century modern, but I also really love a Craftsman.
Yeah.
I really do. And we don't have a lot of that in our area at all.
Yeah. So it wouldn't hurt an owner to go with a different style, unless you're Paul Berry and you go Cape Cod.
Yeah.
From Boston.
I like those.
Yeah, you do like those.
I can walk in and tell you where everything is. Those are all the same.
Yeah, I have to say, though, I sold a colonial here in San Juan County years ago. And it was the first one I've ever seen in this area.
I tell you, I've had, a colonial is that's my favorite, my wife's favorite too. The street, the main street that I grew up on had we called it Mansion Row, and it was just colonials. And I had the paper route, and I said, one day I'm going to live in one of these houses.
I wish we had brownstones here.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
I love
Man.
No, you can keep those.
Well, we could take care of some down here on Main Street.
I love skinny, tall houses too.
Yeah.
You know why they built up the steps in New York? Because of all the manure.
I was saying because it was basically an open sewer.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
You always bring it back around to
Plague
that stuff.
who?
What?
Well, talking about bathrooms, I thought we were going to talk about this today. One of the trends that I'm seeing, or we're getting back to now, is open bathrooms in the primary bedrooms.
Everybody I know hates that.
I don't like that.
I don't like that either. I don't know why you would ever think that's a good idea. If you want to love your spouse, you don't
Make a door.
You
Put a
don't
wall there,
want
right?
to participate in that.
But now, everything is wide open, but you have your privacy closet. Is that what we're calling that? The toilet's in its own closet.
First of all, it's privacy.
Privacy? Yeah, the poo closet. So people go over there. But then everything else, if I've got to wash my hands or take a shower or something like that, and there's no door to close off, I think that is
It's very European.
It reminds me of being in a
maybe so,
hotel.
but it's a
Yeah, I don't like it. It's in hotels a lot. I'm like, you're just being cheap. You just want to put up a wall.
Right.
But it's a tough sell. I mean, we talk about sellability on this podcast, and I think that's a tough sell.
That is.
Yeah.
In these higher end homes, they have
They have
the
it,
bed
yeah.
next to the bath.
Most people do not like that when you see it.
Yeah.
Well, and to parlay off of that, what are your thoughts on not having a tub in the primary bedroom
I
I do
think
think you need one tub.
you need
though.
one tub
in the house?
in the house.
Yeah, I think the trend is just do away with that and make a larger walk-in or step-in shower, or roll-in shower to a large degree. We have a lot of people that are getting up in their years and are thinking about steps. They're thinking about bathtubs.
I like tubs in the shower. Have you seen that? Not like a combo, like a huge walk-in shower room with a standalone tub in it. I like that. It kind of makes sense if you think about it, like, because then you have like your shower and stuff. But if your kids are like splashing and making a mess, it's like contained. They can splash it all the way out and it's still in the shower.
And for resellability, I think as long as you have a tub in the house,
Yeah.
like do the shower all day long in the primary.
Right.
So what are some other things that you're seeing as far as trends in construction and design and colors that buyers need to be aware of, good or bad?
I'm not sure buyers need to be aware of this, but just something that I like. I love the fact that, we all have to put gutters on our house, obviously for structural reasons. But I love the fact that people now use rain chains instead of the ugly downspouts.
Yeah.
I hate that messing up the front of a house. And now it's a piece of art hanging in front of your house.
That's a good point. That's a good one,
love
Shannon.
rain chains.
I
and they're
want
not
Where do you buy them?
Amazon.
Of
Amazon.
course, right?
I got boxes of them in my garage if you need a couple of them. I love those things.
I want them. Yeah, those are cool.
Great point.
Yeah.
And we're seeing a lot of people focus on their backyards in particular in this area because it's, again, we have such great weather. You can double your living space.
Take something functional that you're going to need and you can make it something pleasing to the eye, something you can enjoy as opposed to, just a functional piece of your house. I think that's a win.
Yep.
I think one of my favorite things is an undermounted sink in the kitchen and a farm sink without that divider.
So much easier to do dishes. Look at me talking like I even know.
You've never done a dish. Come on.
I just did my cast iron last night.
Why?
Because you just, chuck wagon days, scrub it out. And my daughter was like, I'm going to put some soap in this. I'm like, no, you're not.
I put soap in my cast iron every day.
Oh.
But then you reseason it, right?
But then I like dry it all the way.
And you dry it and then you season it.
Rinse it
and
off really
scrub
good.
with
No, I
salt.
don't really reseason
Or
it.
not reseason it, but you put oil in it?
I put, bacon grease in it. But I just put it back in my stove, heat it up really hot and put bacon grease in it. And
So is yours nonstick?
yeah,
Okay. Wow.
had it forever.
Wow. I've did one track mine. Okay. We're way off topic now. Okay.
Construction trends.
The construction trends. And this has been great. I mean, I think that one of the things that we missed out on over the years is a lot of builders never consulted a female when they built. Like they didn't have closet space, extra storage space. And women think about stuff like that. Men
Not having
really
a
don't.
linen cabinet or a pantry
Yeah.
was rough. I had a garage that had the washer dryer in it. Couldn't open the washer drawer with my car parked in it. And I was like, this is ridiculous.
This is not okay. This is not okay. Well, let's jump into the speed round. Some final thoughts. Favorite trend and least favorite trend. Shannon, the boss.
My least favorite is gray.
Least favorite's gray.
I don't know. Everybody loves it and I just don't. Maybe my favorite trend. I don't know if I have a trend that's my favorite, really.
Wallpaper.
Well, I guess so. That's coming back. I do like wallpaper.
Yeah. All right.
I do.
Aspen.
My least favorite trend is the open floor plan where everything is in one room, like where the kitchen is just a corner and it opens up. That's my least favorite trend by far. My favorite trend is I'm seeing a lot more like craftsmanship and artisan work coming back, and I'm really happy to see that.
Favorite trend right now, because I want to do it, is these real dark, earthy paint colors. I love it. I think it's beautiful. Least favorite trend, anything builder grade.
Yeah.
Upgrade.
Upgrade.
Upgrades.
Yeah.
Upgrade. Yeah. I like that. Paul Berry.
Least favorite trend is these cheap vinyl flooring that
Yes.
you see everywhere. Yeah.
I'll agree with that.
Yeah.
It's durable, but it's
durable, but it lasts you only a couple of years. I have the same. I have that problem in my kitchen right now. Favorite trend, actually no. More least favorite trend is these open bathrooms. Put a wall there.
Yeah. Okay.
Put a wall there.
Okay. Enough said. And I've got to say, my favorite trend, I think, is the quality and the craftsmanship coming back in some of these custom homes, especially, really adding some flavor. So they're just not nothing against track homes by any means, but I like a little flavor for sure. Mm-hmm. My least favorite trend would have to be I don't like when people open the front door and walk right into a kitchen.
Yeah.
So,
I don't like
I
that.
think that back to the kind of the open floor plan component. I hope they keep the openness, but just do it in a different way. Yeah. So,
And bring back pocket doors.
I love
It
pocket
just
doors.
makes a lot of sense, don't they?
Yeah.
Well, we're winding down on the podcast here. We only have a couple minutes left, and we're going to talk about the Lyons Pride. As Lyons Group members, we like to go out in the community and make our community better and recognize people, events, and organizations that do the same. Melissa Glasgow, you're up.
So I think I would like to shout out our colleagues here at RE/MAX of Farmington and our contributions to the Children's Miracle Network.
That's great.
I think that is so cool that our money that we donate to them on behalf of our clients goes to UNMH and stays and helps our kids in our community that have to go to UNMH.
Yeah.
So I think that's really cool that we do that here, and that I think everybody here at RE/MAX of Farmington does participate and does donate to that program. So I love it. I'm proud of us.
Melissa, that's fantastic. Thank you for recognizing that. And for our viewers to know, every single closing, the Lyons Group members, we make a donation on behalf of our clients in their name, supporting the Children's Miracle Network. And that goes to local children facing serious health problems. And we're very proud of that. We're the #1 team in New Mexico that supported the Children's Miracle Network. We don't broadcast that out, but it's a quiet thank you to our clients that use us. And Ryan Brown, our broker, was the #1 realtor in all of New Mexico for his donations to the Children's Miracle Network. That is wonderful, Melissa. Thank you for sharing that. And thank you to all the peers here at RE/MAX that do donate to that cause. So we are winding this up. And next episode, we're going to talk about managing your rental, some of the ins and outs. If you're going to manage it yourself, I know, Paul.
Don't do it.
We're going to go down that rabbit hole. We're going to talk about some of the pros and cons of managing your rental. If you like this episode, please give us a thumbs up, follow, subscribe. You can reach any one of us at sjcbroker.com. Schedule a private consultation. We're happy to meet with you, whether you're buying or selling, residential or commercial. We can help give you an advantage in today's market. And we love our listeners. We love our clients. We love this community. We're very proud of what we do. And we want to thank you for listening to this episode of The Den. Until next time, we'll see you then.
Thank you for listening to The Den, powered by the Lyons Group. Hit the subscribe button to keep informed on real estate happenings. If you'd like to learn more about the Lyons Group, visit sjcbroker.com. Complex markets require complex strategies. The Lyons Group can give you a true advantage in any market. Whether you're buying or selling, residential or commercial, contact us directly at sjcbroker.com. We're time-tested experts with a client-first approach, and we'll see you next time in The Den.